In this video, we explore Caribeans, a small and deliciously impactful chocolate producer tucked away on Costa Rica's Caribbean coast in Puerto Viejo. Here, it's all about growing cacao, making amazing chocolate, and doing it all in a sustainable, hands-on way. Come along as we check out how it's made, meet the people behind it, and maybe even taste a little along the way. They have this, cacao farm, but it's bedded in the forest here, and it's completely sustainably managed. It's so different than what you would normally think of as a farm with big rows of cacao trees or whatever, and it's done to create this really special chocolate.
So my name is Azan. My parents, they're from Minnesota, but I was born in Costa Rica. My parents, they actually also own this little coffee shop, Caribeans. So right now we're gonna be pretty much walking to my house, and I'm gonna be showing you all the chocolate process from every stage. Well, this tree is called Theobroma tree or cacao tree. These tiny flowers, they will grow all over the main trunk of the tree. And these tiny flowers, they get pollinated. One insect. Only one insect, not any other pollinators, just one. It's called the chocolate midge or the Biden midge. Really tiny flower, and then you could say roughly 5 to 6 months is gonna grow into like a fruit. So they recognize it, they're already looking at it. These are the cacao fruits right here. You can see that they can grow just right from the trunk, so they don't need to be too high up or anything. So you have low ones and high ones. Right here. Right now from the gate all the way from down below over there is our little cacao farm, our chocolate farm.
It's just their house, for one, is on the top part, and then down below is where they make the chocolate. And their chocolate is just so special, direct trade. They work with 13 different farmers. The farm is just kind of shockingly in nature.
These are called the golden orb spiders. Right now you can't see a lot of the gold web, but when the light shines, that's when the gold texture of the web shines. So it's really beautiful, really beautiful.
Seen more sloths here than we've seen anywhere else in Costa Rica. Giant spiders, and of course stepped a little bit too much into the jungle. There's some sort of yellow viper here too that we got warned about, so we had to watch out for that. They had told us that there were these machines, and they're clearly small scale machines that help temper the chocolate, that help grind the roast and then grind the beans. And we got to see the different stages of it, which was super cool. And then we got to taste all the different chocolates.
Since it has oils, you don't want to add any liquids to your chocolate. No liquid milk, no water. It's not gonna blend.
Comes straight out of the vat.
60%.
60%. That's delicious. Oh, it's amazing. It's so good. Wow.
So if you're wondering where does the flavors come in, any flavor you want to add has to go in the melange. So each of these chocolates, they have the same ingredients, same sugar, same amount of nibs. Each of these has gone through a different stage of drying and fermenting.
70%. Super snap, super delicious. But what just really amazes me is, when we were talking with Paul and with Gene, they had picked out this idea of decent work and economic growth is something that really stood out to them. But the way that they talked about it was just so different than, an economist version of it, measuring GDP or whatever. The kind of economic growth they were talking about is like you can't measure it because it's like wouldn't even show up on the radar for people who are trying to gather data, but it's like super impactful. because, you know, their kind of economic growth is to make sure that there is decent work for the people that they work with, and which, by the way, some of them they've known for over a decade. They met when they were youth and they now work with Caribeans. And then that gives decent work in return. So it's like super reciprocal, and reciprocity is everywhere in this.
You guys are pretty curious about this table in the back? Like I said at the start of the tour, we're going to be having a lot of chocolate. This is all the chocolate flavors that we work with.
And then, you know, they work with 13 farmers. And you say, well, that doesn't mean anything. But this, you know, their bubble of influence, their sphere of influence is like super impactful. Like this micro level work is seemingly to me and us, and the way that we're thinking and seeing how this is really playing out, the SDGs are playing out, not at this macro, you know, multinational level, but at the, you know, individual level where real humans are. It's playing out in ways that really matter.